Thanks again for joining in. So for the audience watching, this is the applicant series in which we interview successful applicants that have completed the interview and also have got the internship. So Sibongile would be our first applicant series. So congrats on being first and on succeeding throughout the journey. So Sibongile has been a trainee, a tech trainee that took data science, mobile development, and what was the training?
Data science, mobile development, and back-end.
Yeah, back-end software engineering.
Development.
Yeah, and she has scored the highest mark out of the bunch, which is a 92, and also she got the technical internship, which included not only data analytic projects and web development, but also a research project, and we're going to be discussing those briefly. So this is my introduction to you, and I let the stage to introduce yourself. So who is Sibongile? What is your background? And we're going to be continuing to the other questions as well.
Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Sibongile. I'm actually a software engineering student with ALX, and I don't actually have a background in tech. So this is actually me just moving in from a non-technical industry into tech. So that's the main reason that I took this internship and that I'm studying software engineering. So before this, I was into business administration for about 3 years before I transitioned into tech. So that is everything about me.
Okay, so how did you find the program? And why did you apply?
So the program was interesting. I applied because I wanted to gain exposure into the world of tech. That was something that I actually didn't have before this internship. I only really taught myself to code, and then I did this internship with EthiAware, and I also did the boot camp with ALX. So apart from those 3 things, I didn't have any real world experience in technology. That's what motivated me to join the program. And I found the company on LinkedIn. A bunch of other people were applying, and I also got inspired and also wanted to apply.
Yeah, exactly. So what was your expectations before applying? Since you already saw the post, and is there anything new about the application process? Especially you joined the ALX, so how was it like?
I expected that it would be very difficult, but I was rather surprised that it was so beginner friendly, especially since there were so many other topics that I didn't have real experience in, like data science. That was something that was daunting for me, but I was really glad to have a mentor who went and really explained things in depth and in such a way that any person who hasn't had a background in it can understand. So I was really impressed with how beginner friendly it was and how available the mentors were for us.
Exactly. So that's what the intention of the programs were. So we know that there are a lot of quality resources out there. By the way, I'm speaking for the audience. So there are amazing resources out there, but you need people who already learned those resources and applied them to come and mentor mentees, beginner mentees like you, Sibongile. So that's the cornerstone of our training programs. And what was unique during the trainings? What did you
During
find?
the trainings,
Yeah.
what I found to be unique was the daily lectures that we would get. So because it was a 4-week long training, we had 1 week for every category that we'd covered. So we had daily sessions with our mentors who basically told us everything we needed to know about that particular industry, and they also told us their own background. So we got to learn about how they got into the field they're in, and sort of found a way to create a roadmap even for us if we wanted to follow in these footsteps, that we could if we wanted to. So we got to ask them a lot of personal questions as well, and that was very helpful for me and unique.
Yeah, exactly. What makes your case different is that session, that tech session was specifically taught by women mentors. So having that representation showed you that what are the things that are unique to women in tech, and what are the things that are needed to thrive in this industry. So I believe that it paid off. And what did you learn from the internship aside from the technical aspects? Since we don't teach that much technical aspect, we just direct you to the right resources. But what was your takeaway from the sessions, including the internship?
So from the sessions, I learned about how to research things and how to approach projects, because before that, it's oftentimes overwhelming to go on YouTube and look for tutorials, and even go online and look for ways to learn more about technologies, it can be overwhelming because of the amount of knowledge that is out there.
Yeah.
So they gave us a really good methodology that we could use to find relevant pieces of information that was just specific to the training. And then with regards to the internship, I learned a lot, specifically in data science, because she was so hands-on with helping us write the report and create the visualizations, that there were techniques that I didn't know beforehand that she actually helped me create. So that was something that was very interesting for me. And of course, the research proposal in itself was a huge challenge for me because up until that point, I had never really done technical writing in that form. So it was really difficult for me to get used to that and find out what the best practices are. So I struggled a bit with that. But if anything, I think it was a worthy lesson and a lot that I could take out from that, because it's something that I definitely think in the future I might have to do again.
Yeah, exactly. There's I don't want to mess up the code, so the basic premise is when you're feeling stupid learning something, that means you are actually learning something. So if you already know a topic, you're not really learning it. You're just regurgitating past facts. But this feeling of, okay, this is very new to me, I have to navigate it, and this is where the real learning happens. And also the thing you said about the availability of mentors, we made sure that there are volunteers and there are experts, so they would allow you to navigate the many information, especially in the tech industry. There is many tutorials, many fields, and many sources out there, but they have already used them and they already did the filtering, so you don't need to navigate it all over again. So that's what one of the intentions of the program were, and glad you learned a lot from it. And also our last question, so our audience or people watching this are asking, okay, what can I join, what are the program offerings, and what is the application process feel like? So what would you recommend future applicants in this regard?
I would recommend you to just take the risk, just apply. It is the easiest process to actually apply. There's nothing that you should be worried about. I think that the worst that can happen is that there's nothing actually that's the worst that can happen. I think that you only really have things to gain. You get to learn from the people around you. You have access to like really good mentors, and you get the work experience that you've been looking for if you don't have any. And if you're worried about like if you're still studying or if you have a job, don't worry about it because you have so much support. I myself am working and I'm studying, so somehow I still manage to make it work because of all the support that I receive. So don't be afraid, just take the chance and apply.
Exactly, thanks. By the way, Sibongile is one of our most punctual applicants. Like, she's on time everywhere. Even in this meeting, she logged in at 2:29. So that kind of mentality really captures the attention of any kind of employers, including us. So just apply, like she said. We are making these expert sessions available for most applicants as possible. Since we are non-profit, we don't charge anything for the sessions, and our mentors are volunteers, so they're more than happy to dedicate their time. So apply. And thank you, Sibongile, for this amazing talk, and hope to see you in future sessions as well. And we're excited to see what would you do with this network and also with the expert feedback you got. So have a great day. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much for having me.